So this idea that the WEF has been giving that is over is that nations are outdated. Borders, sovereignty, culture, all of that. It's over. And he needs to say tomorrow that era is over. You know, it's not over because of ideology and not because of politics, but because it is a failure. It has hollowed out our middle class, not just in our country, but all over the world. It has destabilized the democracies. Are we stronger because of it now? It rewards corruption. It punished production and replaced accountability with bureaucracy. Tell me how this is good. And then when the financial crisis comes, any crisis, financial, medical, military, it was nations, not global panels that were forced to answer for the consequences. It was individual nations that answered for it, except for COVID. And look at your track record on that. Donald Trump needs to look him right straight in the eye tomorrow and say, let me be very clear. Cooperation is not over. Trade is not over. Engagement is not over. But what is over is the belief that the world can be run by people who no one elected, using rules no one voted on, enforced by institutions that no one can ever remove or stop. What's begun is a return to reality, and I'm your reality check. A return to strong, sovereign nations working together openly, directly, and with responsibility to their own citizens first. Because that's the only model that has ever produced lasting peace and prosperity. And it's not theory. I'm not here to tell you, I hope he says something like this, to tell you a theory. I'm here to take action because it's already underway. In the Arctic Circle, in the North Atlantic, we are acting to secure critical shipping lanes, energy access, defense infrastructure, because the map matters. Geography matters. Greenland matters. And ignoring that reality doesn't make it disappear. In our own hemisphere, we are confronting the collapse of Venezuela, a country destroyed by corruption, criminal networks, and authoritarian rule. And you want more of it. It's not just a tragedy for its people, it's a regional security and migration crisis. And we're not going to pretend like you're pretending otherwise now. Accountability has got to begin, and we begun it. In the Middle East, we're dealing with Iran as it is, not as we wish it were. Nuclear ambitions, terrorism, regional destabilization, they're not misunderstandings. Those are clear choices, and choices have consequences. And at the same time, we're restoring energy realism, industrial strength. We're securing our borders. We're trying to bolster our currency sovereignty at home because we cannot lead abroad if we're weak within. What I want the president to say at the World Economic Forum tomorrow is this. Let me say this directly to you. I came here with all of my people because I want you to know America is done outsourcing its strength. We're done outsourcing our security and our future. We're done pretending that prosperity comes from paperwork instead of production, or that peace comes from a conference instead of deterrence. But no, we're not turning inward. I invite every serious nation here to work with us, not through a distant bureaucracy, not through ideological frameworks, but nation to nation with clarity, fairness, and mutual respect. If you believe in growth built on work, security built on strength, cooperation built on consent, then there's a place outside of America for what's coming next, because you're denying what's coming next. If you believe the old system can just be managed better, regulated more carefully, or explained more persuasively with your citizens, then understand this. The world has already moved on from you. You already have lost. And I may be a temporary president, but I'm doing everything I can. This is not a pause, and it's not a negotiation. I'm here to announce a transition. The era of unaccountable global management is over. The era of sovereign cooperation has begun. We're moving forward. Decisively, openly, and with confidence. You want to join us? We welcome you as a partner. But we're not waiting around because what's coming is not good, and it's right around the corner. You imagine the president coming in and say that? I mean, that's a Gorbachev tear down these walls speech. And that's exactly what he needs to say. That's what Reagan said by saying, tear down this wall. What he was saying was, your era is over. And that's what the president needs to say tomorrow. And I hope he's there. I really hope he's there. He's got to be. I mean, everything he's saying, he knows what he's dealing with, but he's bringing everybody. We're having the largest delegation anyone has ever brought to Davos, and that's tomorrow. And I think that's just to show strength in numbers. Like, okay, we'll be on every single one of your little conference talks. The United States is going to be heard on this. We're playing a different game. Wouldn't that be nice?